Wow. Look at that. We have strawberries, and here is burdock. Over here is honeysuckle, grown from a cutting earlier this year. Over here, we have our famous Honeyvine seedling growing in 100% vermicompost, worm castings. 2 more seedlings over here. Just about to get the first leaves out. And then over here, where I'm pulling the seeds from, I noticed one of them was poking out of the dirt, but not quite going down, so it came out easily. And we will be replanting that today. And I want to teach you guys how to make these awesome water bottle planters that don't necessarily use a wick because of the way that they sit. You know, the water collects at the bottom and there's holes. So how do we do that? How do we make one? Things you will need, sorry for the mess. 1 water bottle, scissors, pokey tool. As for the worm castings, you need worm bins and then a worm harvester. Well, a worm casting harvester. This one is just my worm bin where I put some of the crude product, is what I call the stuff that I get out of the worm bins, and I put it in here in the heat lamp and it dries out. So this stuff is all worm castings. You know, I put that into my little sifting tray, sift it around, and then underneath we have worm castings. So if you want some of those, you gotta either do it yourself or come to me. But later I'm gonna feed them banana peels and coffee grounds and apple slices. But this plus this equals this. These are milkweed seeds, which we will be planting today. So let me put you guys over here right now. Okay, so this is the way I like to make my things. First things first, get some air in. Okay, take our little pokey tool and 1, 2, buckle my shoe, 3, 4, shut the door, 5, 6, lay the bricks. And then over here, I like to do 1 down, 1 up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, up, and then you made it all around. Next thing, we want to cut all around this line, but I'm gonna go a little bit underneath just to get a good line. That's the tricky part. If you can't get a good line, just go at the edge like that. That was perfect. Now I'm inside, I can cut along the edge. Take your time. You want a nice, clean cut line. You'll know what I mean if you do it wrong, but if you do it right, that's a nice line. So now we want to put them inside. So don't need this anymore because I want to be able to see the roots. So I cut that part away. And then I want this to go in here, but with it sitting on the bottom. So I'll push it down like that. Now it's sitting on the bottom where I want it to. And what I'll do lastly is cut along the line of where it is now. You know what? I'm curious though. I think I'm going to do something a little different with this one. With the others, that's how far I got. I filled this up with dirt. But the problem is with the water, if I want to get the water out, it's kind of hard to like get this guy in and out. So what I'm thinking of doing is having this line be about an inch lower. So let's do that right now. Taking you out. I cut about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Take that off. Okay, perfect. So I think what I'm gonna do, oh no, I got a drip on my paperwork. This is my bookkeeping, guys. I really should put this away. My black book. I think I'm gonna go to the others and cut a little lower so that you can just see how nice that fits like there. So if there's too much water, I can just pour out the water and the seedling will be all happy. So next, got my scale here. Let's weigh out some worm castings. 0 pounds, 0 ounces. Okay, so I just ran and got my sifting tray. Underneath is the 100% worm castings that I already sifted. So here it goes. 2.45 ounces. That's not enough. I want more. I want at least 3 ounces. So we're gonna have to sift out some worm castings. So here's what we're gonna do. You guys, oh man, this is hard. You guys are gonna watch me sift out more worm castings. So 2.45, we need at least another 5.5 ounces. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I have some right over here. So, oh man, I shouldn't have moved anything. So that's 2.45. Over here, I have worm castings that I harvested earlier in the week. So we want like 4 ounces. Okay, so now we have 4 ounces plus a little sprinkle for good luck. And I just dropped. And let's go get the seedling. Seriously though, what fell? Something fell. Okay, so here's the seedling. Poke a little hole. Actually, pat it down a little bit. Then poke a hole. Make it a good hole too. Put in your scrawny little seedling that doesn't really have roots for whatever reason. All right, that's kind of what I did for the others. That's it right there. So now he's with the others. I kind of want to take water from here and start putting it into the other things, but that's a work in progress. So what we have is my water bottles filled with water. Ooh, I just kicked a worm bin, that hurt. Okay. Do a little drippies on the outside in a little circle. Put that down. The worm castings are now wet or activated, and then what I like to do sometimes is I will turn the light a little bit, give everyone a little spritzy, because I think that might help get the seedling cap off. And also for seedlings like these, they don't like to be overwatered, so that's not even really a spray bottle. It's like a really fine mist, so that's good. As for everything else, they you know, strawberries like to be dry. So that's it. We got another 2.4 ounces of worm castings, and then I added in some of the worm castings from earlier in the week, because like literally this is just kind of like the harvesting station that during the summer this would be out in the sun, but since it's winter, this is how I am separating, because I'm separating the worms from the worm castings because they don't like the light, and this is a warm light, so that's why. You take a little off the top and then it starts steaming and then it dries out. After it dries out for a little bit, you mix it up some more. And then this is literally still the first tray. I haven't even gotten to the second tray. And there's 5 trays. But the first 2 are really from the last harvest. So I'll sift this out. And then I'll take from this, the top, and I'll put it over here. Which is essentially just bedding. It's dry bedding at this point. So we are still sifting our worm castings every day, and then we are using it to plant new seedlings. We are officially at 4 now. I love my honeyvine. That is going to feed Monarch caterpillars. The best thing about honeyvine, aka climbing milkweed, is it's a vine. It's a perennial, which means it grows every year. And it's a vine, which they just propagate through root and through cuttings really easily. They last in water, so you can cut a little vine and stick it in water to feed your caterpillars, or it's a vine, so I can grow it on my fence or wherever, anywhere. That's the name of the game. These plants grow in parking lots, in fields, in schools, courtyards, everywhere. And yep. Anyways, I'm gonna make a separate video, but I just want to say I'm really excited about we got money. We're officially making money for the bird seed. I've been buying my own bird seed, and now a person who controls other people's money gave me money. And then in here, we've got a bubble with a net inside because one of the painted ladies, he closed today. So and there's two. So there's one came out and the other is still in a chrysalis. So that's happening. We officially have one butterfly and one on the way. I hope one is male and one's female, but you don't know. And then my tomato plants, that is where I told you guys tomatoes were going to grow, but now I think they might be growing from up here because that's where the next round of flowers are, and they're even bigger than the first round of flowers. Yeah, the orchids are doing well. Everything's doing really well. I just need to. I've been busy, so that makes a mess, and I need to clean up the mess that's been being made. Pretty cool, huh? Okay. So I guess now I will feed my worms all of these banana peels. I get to use the scale and weigh it out, but I'll do that after dinner. All right, so I'll put together a video saying that we planted another Honeyvine milkweed seed in 100% worm castings because that's fun. That's what we like to do. Say goodbye to the worms. Say goodbye to the butterfly. Say goodbye to the pill bugs. And my seedlings. I love you. I love you, my honeyvine. Plant native milkweed. Bye. That's the new one. Can't wait to see what happens. What should we plant this in? More honeyvine, or should I use this worm castings for something else? Drop a comment below. What should we plant in this? Yo, I'm back. Just wanted to say that we topped off this honeyvine. It only had 2.9 ounces of worm castings, and we added 1.1. So all 4 seedlings now have 4 ounces, and 4 times 4 is 16. So that is 1 pound of worm castings. Also, just like I said, I cut the edge of the outer cup so that I can very easily take them out if I wanted, so that I can, if the water in the bottom of the cup gets too high, then the bacteria will build up. So I could pour it out if I wanted to very easily, but I don't think I will have to. And these are very small cups, but they're small seedlings. And what I'm thinking is, since honeyvine and strawberries both propagate the same way with runners, they will have offshoots, like little branches, and the little branches will go underground, and then they have like rooting hormones. They will root and make a new plant. So I don't even technically ever need another milkweed seed ever again. But I have more. In fact, that's what's In that box over there, I have not only Honeyvine, but there's also a different kind of climbing milkweed. So just because someone calls it twine vine and it's milkweed doesn't mean that it is all the same thing. But this one specifically is Honeyvine, but that's not even its official name. I gotta learn all their names. So just wanted to tell you guys that's what I did. See how there's like a little ring where it's wet? It's gonna spread out, but do a little spritz on him. And then over here, that's the peach seeds that I showed you in the video of in the last video. Give them a little spritz. But yeah, this jar is growing algae, so I think I might want to get an aquatic snail. And then once there's enough stuff on the bottom, then I will pour a 2-inch layer of aquarium sand and then add some plants and then a fish eventually. Wouldn't that be cool? So that's that. We've got butterflies, we've got money, we've got plants, we've got seedlings, and we are harvesting worm castings. And then don't even get me started over here. We've got bags and bags of sage, thyme, mint, more butterflies, more greenhouses, more nets. So anyways, does anyone want a dragon fruit cactus? Because I have that, a lot of that. Over here is cuttings of a gardenia. I want to learn how to root that in water. Lots of stuff, and we're very busy. But anyways, that's the update. I'll do a little video and update you guys now. So plant native milkweed, and I don't know, is winter over if my butterflies are coming out? Okay, it's not the end of winter, but hopefully February I will order more caterpillars if I have to. Okay, it's dinner time. Smells good down there. Love you. Plant native milkweed. Bye. Like, subscribe, comment. Everybody, so I started doing another thing I gotta show you quick because you've got a lot of moving worms. But so this tray, I started looking what's in between the trays, and the first 2 trays is like the worm castings product, and then underneath that I think it's like leaves and stuff. And then this was leaves and stuff with a little bit of leaves and stuff, but now it's just worms. So what I've decided is this is going to be the new bottom. I'll switch that on top, keep that all the same, but this is all going to be dry bedding. So I got to weigh out some dry bedding, and then I will put it in there. So I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so as you saw, everybody. Okay, one sec. So this was the stuff that we're sifting. Underneath was like kind of worm castings and worms. This was an entire layer shredded cardboard. Then underneath that was like leaves, and then I added, this bin was just like the dry stuff that I sifted. So it kind of came off the top, went through here, into there, and then I figured while I'm there, I might as well just add the stuff back in because it could help dry out the rest. As the worms go back and forth, you know, everything will continue to dry out. I measured, okay, 6 plus 6, 18 plus 7. You know, we got a couple pounds of the dry bedding. So that's going to continue to dry out. I will let it go for another week or so. Let the worms kind of chow down on the leaves and stuff that's in there. And then once it's a little bit more processed, I will add in like some banana peels or avocado, something really wet that the worms will be attracted to, and then it'll serve as a worm trap. And I will use those worms to put into a new worm bin that I have plans for already. I've got an empty bin, and then I've got all of the old bedding that I sifted from this worm castings, which is still over here. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bags of worm castings and 1 bag of eggshells, powderized eggshells, and then just shredded paper and stuff. It's so it's so dusty. I can't stop sneezing. It's so dusty. Oh God. That's my shredder. We've got loads and loads of extra seeds. I just let the old cardboard like pile up and stuff, and then once there's enough, I'll just shred it all at the same time. I've got old gardening stuff in the corner, but I just really like that space back there. So just throw in all the old cardboard. Okay, turn off the light. I'll process that all at once in one day. I'll do all that, but so worm castings. That'll dry out much faster now. Here's my worm castings. I'll put my newest on top of my oldest. This was my first pound ever. So how cool is that? I gotta clean up my area, but I have a lot of bookkeeping to do. So anyways, that's what we're doing right now. Seedlings, worm castings. We got some new butterflies and stuff. It's dinner time. I gotta go. Love you. Bye. This is what it's for, everybody. This